SHOT Show season is creeping up again, and man, the noise around these new handguns is already getting loud. Every brand is teasing drops, leaks are slipping out early, and a few of these pistols look like they're about to flip the entire 2026 lineup upside down before the doors even open. What's up, folks? This is Ted from Line 45, and today I'm breaking down the new handguns set to hit SHOT Show 2026. Why shooters are watching these models closely, and the early features that already have folks fired up before the show even starts. Before we dive in, do me a solid, smash that subscribe, tap the bell, hit all the buttons down there. You don't gotta, but it keeps this train rolling and lets me crank out more of this wild gun talk for y'all. All right, enough of that. Let's roll. Number 1, Caracal CMP9 and CMP9K. Caracal CMP9 and CMP9K are high on my personal watch list heading into SHOT Show 2026. These things are basically SMG-style 9mm pistols built for shooters who want AR ergonomics, but still want something that runs MP5 magazines and stays compact as hell. The standard CMP9 runs a 9-inch cold hammer forged barrel with an overall length right around 17 inches and a weight just under 5 pounds. The CMP9K trims that down to a 6-inch barrel, about 14 inches overall, dropping a little weight for tight space work or vehicle work. Both pistols use an advanced blowback system in 9x19 NATO, with an advertised effective range around 300 meters on area targets, which is plenty for a pistol format PCC. You're getting upper and lower receivers milled from 7075 T6 aluminum, AR-style fire controls, an ambidextrous rear charging handle, and AR-compatible pistol grips, so the manual of arms feels familiar if you already run carbines. They feed from MP5 pattern magazines, and most packages ship with 30-round curved mags right out of the box. Barrels are threaded 1/2 by 28 with an A2-style flash hider, so tossing a can or swapping muzzle devices is simple. From a shooter's point of view, these read like modern truck guns or PCC host platforms, more than casual range toys. The advanced blowback keeps recoil soft, so staying on target for fast strings should be easy. Caracal USA already has them listed as in stock. That tells me they're going to push these hard, both in the booth and on the demo line. If you like pistol format 9mm rigs that take real mags and feel like a mini carbine, these belong on your go handle it in person list for SHOT. Number 2, Steyr ATC and ATD series. The first thing that jumped out at me with the ATC and ATD lineup is how Steyr didn't follow the striker pistol crowd at all. Instead, they went straight to metal frames, real hammer systems, and modular tuning parts you can swap yourself without mailing anything to a gunsmith. That tells me exactly who they're aiming at for 2026. Performance-wise, the ATC series is built with competition in mind. You're getting stainless steel frames, single action only triggers in the 3-pound range, and barrel lengths in the 5 and 6-inch window. That setup gives you a pistol that tracks flat, soaks recoil, and stays predictable during fast transitions. The rock variants add even more weight up top, which smooths out movement even further. All ATC models come optic ready, with slide cuts built to handle comps or hotter loads without beating the gun up. Steyr clearly tuned this lineup to sit alongside full-size metal match guns from CZ to Tanfo Leo and Beretta. But with Steyr's own trigger feel and grip angle, the ATD lineup shifts lanes completely. This is their defensive and duty-grade branch. You're getting aluminum frames to trim weight and a double-action to single-action trigger system that stays around 6 pounds on the first pull. Barrel options run from compact to long slide, including a compensated compact, which fits the current trend of short guns that still shoot soft. Steyr even built in user-swappable hammer and recoil springs, letting you tune the feel without messing with reliability. Heading into SHOT Show 2026, this lineup stands out because it breaks away from the striker pistol saturation. Metal frames, legit triggers, real tuning options. These give the series its own identity. Number 3, Smith & Wesson Shield X Carry Comp. The Shield X Carry Comp lands right in that compensated micro-carry wave everyone's chasing, but it actually does it in a way that makes sense for a real daily carry gun. The key detail, It stays the same overall size as a regular Shield X, while integrating a comp into a 3.6-inch barrel. So you're not stuck carrying a longer gun just to tame recoil. Specs are straightforward. It's a 9mm, striker-fired, polymer micro-compact. It runs on 13 and 15-round magazines, with 10-round options for restricted states. Overall length sits around 6.87 inches, height around 4.9. Unloaded weight is right over 20 ounces, so it stays in that subcompact footprint that actually disappears under a t-shirt. The Performance Center build adds Smith & Wesson's PowerPort system, a single port at the 12 o'clock position in the barrel, lined up with a matching cut in the slide. That vents gas up, pushes the muzzle down, and cuts felt recoil so follow-up shots stay flatter. Feature-wise, they didn't cheap out. Optics-ready slide with RMSC and Holosun K pattern support, a bright Ameriglow-style Lumi green front night sight with a blacked-out rear, aggressive front and rear serrations for running the gun when your hands are wet or cold. Grip is slightly lengthened with a slim profile, so you still get a full firing grip with the bigger mag. Heading into SHOT Show 2026, this is one of the micro carry guns I'd prioritize for range day. Number 4. Taurus GX4 Strike Bravo. On the Taurus side, the GX4 Strike Bravo feels like a true jump from a normal Micro 9 into a legit PDW-style carry platform. It starts with the GX4 carry 9mm guts and slide, but instead of a basic polymer grip, Taurus and Strike Industries dropped it into a dedicated chassis built around the Strike Industries FSA single stabilizer brace. You still have the compact 3.7-inch barrel, 15-round mags in free states, optics-ready Toro slide, and full GX 4-parts compatibility. All your mags, base pads, and barrels work. The chassis is what changes the game. Long pick rail on the dust cover for lights or lasers. A second pick section at the rear where the brace locks in. The FSA brace folds for storage and swings out to give you more points of contact, better length of pull, and way more stability than a bare pistol. This is why people are calling it a civilian PDW or truck gun setup. With the brace extended, overall length is about 18.4 inches, and unloaded weight comes in around 35 ounces. Fold the brace, or buy the non-braced version, and you drop back to around 9.66 inches and roughly 24 ounces. That makes bag carry actually practical. Feature list checks all the modern boxes. Threaded 1/2 by 28 barrel for a comp or a can. Reversible rear charging handle to rack around an optic. Versions in both 10 and 15 round capacity with 2 mags included. Heading into SHOT Show 2026. This is one of the few micro plus brace setups I actually want to run on the demo line, just to see how much real control you pick up past normal handgun distances. Number 5, Springfield Hellcat 380 ACP Micro Compact. The 380 ACP version of the Hellcat caught my attention because Springfield didn't just shrink the gun and call it new. They actually built a micro compact that keeps the same footprint people already like, while cutting recoil down to something way easier for newer shooters or anyone who struggles with snappy micro 9s. Specs stay familiar. 3-inch hammer-forged barrel, around 6 inches overall, roughly 1 inch wide, 16 ounces unloaded. Capacity is the standout. Springfield kept the high-stack magazine layout, 11+1 with the flush mag, 13+1 with the extended mag. That puts it at the top of the 380 carry class. Slide is OSP ready for RMSC pattern optics. Sights are the same U-dot setup, tritium front, serrated rear. Recoil system is a dual captive spring setup, which pairs well with .380 ACP. Recoil impulse drops noticeably, making doubles and controlled pairs way easier. Most defensive, 380 loads hit in the 190 to 220 foot-pound range out of short barrels, which matches expectations for real-world carry distances. For SHOT Show 2026, this is a micro I definitely grab trigger time on, just because of how balanced the setup feels. Number 6, Glock V-Series. Glock's shaking up almost their entire catalog. Right before SHOT Show 2026 puts the V-Series at the top of my must-handle list. Glock already confirmed the V-line rolling out in late 2025, and phasing out more than 30 existing models. We're talking classics: G17, G19, G19X, G45, G26, all replaced with G17V, G19V, G19XV, G45V, G26V, plus big frame VOS guns in 10mm and 45. That's a massive reset for a company that normally moves slow and safe. From my side of the bench, the interesting part is how subtle the changes look until you dig into the details. Reports point to revised frame geometry for better recoil control, a refined trigger system with a cleaner break, standardized internals across full-size, compact, and crossover frames. The quiet headline: compliance. Industry folks are connecting the V redesign to new rules targeting guns that are easy to convert with illegal switches. Several write-ups say the trigger bar, sear surfaces, and the rear slide area have been tweaked, so current conversion devices won't drop in. That lines up with moves by California and a few other states trying to clamp down on that exact issue. By the time SHOT 2026 hits, media and dealers should have real trigger time. So the show becomes the first big chance to compare V guns head-to-head with older Gen 5 models in feel, accuracy, and optics support. Some sources mention universal optics-ready slides, while early listings still show a mix of standard and MOS variants. I want to see in person how Glock actually implemented the optics solution and what changed in the grip and trigger feel. For anyone who runs Glock seriously, this is the booth you stop at. This is the future direction of the brand for the next decade. Number 7, Staccato Compact HD C36. Staccato's Compact HD C36 is one of those pistols I flagged as must-touch going into SHOT Show 2026. Especially if you love premium carry guns that can take a beating. They basically took the full-size HD duty concept, trimmed it down, and built a compact 2011 that still delivers duty-grade performance instead of feeling like a watered-down carry toy. Specs line up clean: 9mm pistol, 3.66-inch bull barrel, 15+1 capacity, aluminum alloy frame, unloaded weight around 24 ounces, overall length around 7.1 inches, height around 4.8 to 4.9, grip width around 1.2, so it lives in that Glock 19 footprint with a bit more slide and rail. The wild part: magazine choice. The HDC 36 ships with two 15-round Mech-Gar Glock 19 pattern mags, and it's compatible with most Glock 19 magazines. That opens up a massive pool of mags and support gear. Feature set is exactly what you expect from the HD line. Single action-only trigger in the 4 to 4.5 pound range. Ambi thumb safeties, ambi slide stops, external extractor, active firing pin block, host optic system with the rear sight in front of the optic for a clean lower third picture. Grip texture uses mild sides with aggressive front and back strap. Carries easy, locks in under recoil. Flat wire recoil system is fully captive and tuned for defensive 9mm loads. Heading into SHOT Show 2026. This is the Staccato I'm lining up to shoot first. It shows where high-end concealed carry 2011s are going in size, magazine ecosystem, and real duty-rated construction.